Hi. Comparison is the thief of joy. Hi, I'm Coralie, and let me tell you how I got to thinking about that. It started this morning. I thought, oh, yes, you know how you're meant to do gratitude journals and stuff, and sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Today I will. And what's three things I'm grateful for? And so I started being grateful that I have comfortable shoes and that I'm very talented at sleeping. And then I wrote, I'm special. And I came up with resistance about that. And then I became, and I'm like, oh, well, why can't I just say that? And I know I've got a lifetime of reasons why I can't just say that. And a lot of it comes up with my family of origin stuff and my being the middle child stuff and how my siblings always were special, were told they were special, had lots of reasons for being special, and those things, the reasons that they were special, did not apply to me. And then even like just saying to mum, if I was to say to my mum, which I did as a kid, oh, they're special and I'm not. And she'd go, oh, of course you're special. And she wasn't very convincing. I never really, I wasn't that into it. And then more recently, have been hearing like from higher realms that I'm special. And I'm like, oh, can I tell people about that? And I'm like, I can tell you about that. Can I tell my family about that? And I've thought a couple of times I could tell my parents about it. And then I've chickened out and not told them. And then I'm like, could I tell my whole family? When I say whole family, I mean like my parents and my siblings. And um, and I feel like I can't, or I wouldn't, because then I'd have to come up with proof. But they've already got proof, because they're the oldest and the youngest and the boy and the girl and the named after that person and all the things. It's just like like they were given a gift at birth saying, here is you and you are special. And I got, oh, you're here too. You are here. And so then I was sort of writing it out like I'm going to dig down and get to this and what's really behind this. And I'm digging down and then I asked myself the question, why do I compare myself to them? Because there's no rules saying that I have to compare myself to my siblings. And then just remembered that saying, comparison is the thief of joy. And that was just a thing someone said. I looked it up and it came up with all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, so is it? Isn't it? Can be, could be, would be if you let it. Hmm. There's something beeping away in my technology. It's quite irritating. Anyway, I'll try to ignore it. So, I again didn't come up with an answer. I can just, I think I have to spend, do I think anything? I don't even like when I think stuff. So I'm going to tap on it and feel free to join me if any of it resonates with you, take it on, or maybe it inspires you to, come up with your own stuff and have a look at that, or, release that. Look and release. Hey, I quite like that. Look and release. Okay. So here we go, starting on the side of the hand. Even though I don't like that I compare myself to my siblings, I deeply love and accept myself. I even know that there's no value in comparing myself to them, and I deeply love and accept myself. I don't even aspire to be like them. I wouldn't swap lives with them, and I deeply love and accept myself. I know my mum compares herself to her siblings quite unfavourably, quite a lot, and I deeply love and accept myself. Did I just pick up on her habit? Is it just a bad habit? Maybe it is, and I deeply love and accept myself. It's a shitty habit, and I'd like to give it up, and I deeply love and accept myself. It's also very well ingrained, and I deeply love and accept myself. So I don't think that one tapping session is going to stop me from doing it, and I deeply love and accept myself. See, I did a thumbs up, which is actually just this hand here doing that, just holding myself. Funny. I deeply love and accept myself. So I don't suppose I'm going to stop this comparison thing anytime soon, and I deeply love and accept myself. So I'll just keep tapping and see if I can just calm my nervous system about it, and I deeply love and accept myself. And maybe even just love my siblings the way they are, for who they are. They didn't give themselves the names, or sort of, maybe they did. They chose their soul chose their place before they came, and I deeply love and accept myself. And I chose this one. And here I am, unraveling the mysteries of life. I deeply love and accept myself. And I do quite like that I don't just have a place where I fit in, and I don't even have to look more broadly. And I deeply love and accept myself. And I get to be the weird one, the crazy lady. And I deeply love and accept myself. I do feel like mm, I don't just go along with the normal way things are, and I deeply love and accept myself. Seems like there's all these pathways offered in life, and none of them suit me, and I deeply love and accept myself. So I have to create my own path, and I deeply love and accept myself. And in creating that, I'm the new human, and I deeply love and accept myself. As the creator of a pathway, it can be pretty messy, and I stumble a lot because it's not a path that's been worn, and I deeply love and accept myself. So as I'm stumbling along, some people might come behind me. The ones that come close behind me, they'll probably be quite stumbly as well. And I deeply love and accept myself. And maybe no one would ever follow my path. It would only be my path. Mm. And I deeply love and accept myself. So then I would just be a tiny little offshoot of a branch of humanity. And I deeply love and accept myself. So I'd still have value. I still would grow leaves and they would absorb sun for the good of the tree, of humanity. And I deeply love and accept myself. And I wouldn't need to compare myself to other offshoots, whether they're of the same branch or different branches. And I deeply love and accept myself. I love trees as a metaphor, and I love them as actual trees. And I deeply love and accept myself. I've been more looking at myself as a tree than as the tree of humanity. I deeply love and accept myself. But we all have a place in all of that. And when things are true, they're true on lots of levels. And that's one of those things. Like I could be a leaf, I could be an amazing ancient tree, and I deeply love and accept myself. All at the same time. All of us, all of that, all at the same time. And I deeply love and accept myself. I think also I'd like to just say that I'm banging on about my siblings because they're coming. They live out of town, out of the country, and I live in the same town as my parents, and they are coming today and tomorrow. So they're very present in my thoughts, and I deeply love and accept myself. And yeah, got my reactions on, and whenever I seems like I quite often have my thumb up like that, it gives me the thumbs up. That's very interesting. Mm. Is it the universe agreeing with me? Oh, it's not coming up on my phone. That's all right. Anyway, I deeply love and accept myself. So yeah, it's all gonna be okay. Yeah, whatever happens. Yeah. I think I had such an explosive temper as a child that I've sort of spent the rest of my life trying to chill out about that. That's sort of what makes it freaky being around that family because I used to rage at them so much. And now that I don't, it's sort of, I usually just am protective in my shell. But because I'm spending less time in my shell these days, I've even exploded out of my shell. It's vulnerable me. And I don't, that bit doesn't feel safe around them. And I deeply love and accept myself. I'll just have to see how it goes. Get back to you about it. I'm not seeing them till Tuesday. So, mm. And then I'll be in a public. Yeah. Oh, and then I've got to be all responsible. And I deeply love and accept myself, because this is talking about my parents moving into a retirement village. And because I'm their person, I'm their, power of attorney, all that stuff. There's serious things that I want to know about this retirement village and how that's going to look after them for the rest of their life. And I feel like really judged by my siblings about that. Like if I, bring up issues about money and stuff, like they think that I want it all, and I deeply love and accept myself. Mm. But I just don't want there to be a situation where my parents, like, say they needed a high level of care in this place when, oh, well, we don't do that and we've got all their money and nani nani, we don't care. I need sort of, well, no, do I need? I would like confirmation that it can't go that way. But I haven't had that yet, and so that's what I'll be asking about. And I feel very judged for asking those sort of questions. And I deeply love and accept myself. So, yeah, I got quite a lot of baggage around all of it. Mm. And I deeply love and accept myself. And it was a thing that my parents were going to do. They've signed the dotted line now, but they were going to do that with me, and then they just went off and did it. Mm. I don't know. And then they sort of, pretend they've got dementia or whatever I don't know. They random weird stuff. I don't even know. And I deeply love and accept myself. Oh, the family baggage. I would like to thank you for sticking with me, and hopefully there was a valuable healing in there for you. Because, healing is actually, I heard that quite freshly yesterday, and I was like, there was a really good reminder for me, yes, that healing's a journey, and I deeply love and accept myself. And I'm always on it. I'm not going to like be healed and never need healing again. It's like health or breathing, it's continuous. And I deeply love and accept myself. Yeah, healing myself all the time, looking after myself all the time. And I deeply love and accept myself. And I'm going to wrap it up and thank you for being with me. And I'll see you next time. Mm.